6 solid reasons to believe in aliens. We're not sure if the aliens are real, but we want to believe them. Outer space is a vast space in which we have much more to learn, so it is very difficult to deny the possibility of the existence of other intelligent life forms. If life can exist and decelerate in seclusion and in some of the harshest conditions on Earth, it is likely that other interplanetary life forms have also evolved and become accustomed to conditions in space. The famous science writer Arthur C. Clarke once said, "There are two possibilities, either we are alone in the universe or we are not. They are both equally scary." Some discoveries and theories made by some of the greatest minds in science point to the possibility that there is something more than us in the universe, so there is a pretty good chance that we have neighbors somewhere in the ether. Consider the evidence. On November 14, 2004, a training mission near San Diego became a mission that Commander David Fravor will never forget, and it still remains a mission that he cannot explain. Fravor recalls seeing a tic-tac-shaped object moving much faster than the capacity of any known weapon currently in existence. "We are flying brand new Super Hornets. An air defense exercise against two bad guys, there were two good guys," Fravor said in a History Channel video interview. Everything seemed normal until the USS Princeton called Fravor and his company for a real mission. It wasn't long before Fravor and the other pilots, who changed course, saw something strange, what looked like a sunken plane or an underwater submarine moving erratically just below the surface of the water. Fravor said, "It's white, it has no wings, it has no rotors, it's like, holy, what is this? I'm saying," he said. The UFO had no windows and infrared monitors were reportedly unable to detect exhaust fumes. Fravor says it didn't take long for his curiosity to get the better of him and he decided to take a closer look. When Fravor began to descend towards the water, the vehicle surfaced, rose rapidly and began to reflect Fravor's flight pattern. Then in a moment he was out of sight, passing the nose of Fravor's jet. When Fravor and the other pilots returned to Nimitz, they shared their experiences with the rest of the crew. Soon after, another pilot took off to search for the UFO and was successful. This pilot managed to lock himself into the tic-tac, the footage of which is seen here. The Navy has officially released the footage, but says the public should never have seen it in the first place. Foo Fighters of the Second World War. In November 1944, several members of the U.S. Air Force saw what would become known as the Foo Fighters, a name borrowed from the Smokey Stover comic book. Foo Fighters has been described as a mysterious type of aircraft that glows red and can navigate the sky with incredible ease. The first to notice the lights was Lieutenant Fred Ringwald, a passenger of a night fighter jet flying over the Rhine Valley. The aviators reported seeing 8 to 10 of the aircraft lined up in a row. Worried that there might be enemy aircraft, the group checked the ground radar, which had not recorded any strange activity. One of the pilots turned his plane over to prepare for the battle, but saw that the lights were disappearing as quickly as they appeared. But the sights were not left with that either. In mid-December 1944, a different pilot saw what was described as flashing red and green lights forming a T formation, which quickly disappeared as they arrived. Yeselmaz and his family were killed in action. Observations were made and the people sought to find explanations for them several more times, but aviators' battle fatigue was suffering from the lights. Kind of weird weather events were the result of new, groundbreaking technology. They came from a Nazi, still remain a secret. SETI Institute. The SETI Institute was founded by two astronomers, Carl Sagan and Jill Tarter, who believe that there is more interplanetary life than there is Decemberus. The mission of SETI is to investigate, understand and explain the origin and nature of life in the universe and the evolution of intelligence. The Institute is working with NASA and the National Science Foundation as a research contractor to pool resources and explore the possibility of intelligent life on other planets. Yes, there is actually a whole scientific organization that is trying to find other intelligent lives in the universe. UFOs have attracted the attention of the Pentagon. In 007, the Ministry of Defense, DoD, created a program called the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, ATIP, to study easily unexplained space-related phenomena, often involving the appearance of high-speed, unidentified aircraft. He is the New York Times chief intelligencer. The secret program was led by military intelligence official Luis Elizondo, who was trying to investigate reports of UFO encounters. 10 years later, Elizondo stopped working at the Pentagon and confirmed the existence of ATIP to the New York Times. Oumuamua, alien craft or asteroid. Giving a lecture at Harvard University's astronomy department and a credible scientist who heads an impressive way. AVILab, a hypothesis put forward interesting but seemingly remote, asteroid Oumuamua is actually an alien spacecraft or space debris from a defunct bodies. If it's coming from someone else, it might seem crazy. But still, Lub knows a thing or two about the workings of space. While the righteous were trying to assimilate the theory of Oumuamua, Lub's colleagues were rather disappointed and upset that he had revealed what they called an insult to honest scientific research. A large number of exoplanets. NASA recently confirmed that the number of exoplanets is in the thousands, and we can expect this figure to increase only as we develop technology that can travel to the lower regions of space. This means that there are thousands of known planets that have not been explored for a long time, and there are several more that are waiting to be discovered that may consist of environment capable of sustaining life. Who can say that an exoplanet is not home to intelligent extraterrestrials? You can find the source I use in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe.